Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to be doing the top 5 cheapest sniper unusuals. Now I kind of meant to do this a while ago, except I forgot. So yeah, we're going to get right into it. And I know a lot of people are saying they don't want to see nuts and bolts unusuals in there. And I actually made all the animations for this video before the medic one went live. So these are kind of all nuts and bolts. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure that the spy one doesn't have any nuts and bolts in it, or I'm gonna try to anyway, and just to make sure you guys don't have to watch nuts and bolts over and over again. And you know, there is a range of effects, but the sniper one, it is all nuts and bolts. I am sorry, but you know, I made this video, or I made the animations before the medic one came out and people complained, so I am sorry for that, and let's get right into it. At number 5 we have the nuts and bolts snaggletooth at 10.5 keys. Now I am really fond of this hat, but not so much the effect, as I've said in pretty much every cheapest unusuals video I've ever made. The snaggletooth I used to use all the time when cosmetic sets were still a thing in the game, and what I mean is, like, you know, the ones that give you bonuses, like this one, the one with the attendant, and the power jack one for the pyro and stuff like that, because I just loved it. I loved the whole crocodile look and like the hunter look of the sniper, and I think it looks really cool, and 10.5 keys is not bad for such a nice hat. At number 4, we have the nuts and bolts Larrikin Robin at 10.5 keys. Now, I quite like this hat. I've wanted unusual versions of it before, and I used to have a Disco Beatdown version of it before, and I really enjoyed it, but I did end up selling it because it was part of a series and I didn't want to keep it, because that was pretty much all I had, but I did really enjoy it. It is a really nice hat. Nuts and bolts is very cheap on it, obviously, as it's in a... that was quite obvious and stupid, but yeah, I definitely recommend picking up this hat if you like nuts and bolts and this hat, because it just kind of makes sense, really. At number 3 and at number 2, we have the Shooter's Solar Topi at 9 keys, and we have the Shooter's Tin Topi at 9 keys. Now, I quite like these hats. They are a little bit weird, and I don't fully understand them, but they don't actually look that bad, and I think that if you had a slightly bigger budget, then you can get a pretty nice version of this with a nicer effect on it for quite cheap. Now, I prefer obviously the Solar Topi because it's not a robot hat, and you know, it's just the regular version and it's nice, it's clean, it's not got any like bolts and rust all over it. But then again, the robot version doesn't actually look too bad. Like, as you can see on the screen right now, it still looks relatively similar, and it's not like one of those robo hats that are completely robotified. I mean, this one is full robot. I don't know what I'm saying, but you know, this one is probably one of the slightly more low-key robot hats. So yeah, I definitely prefer this to some other ones, but yeah, at 9 keys you can't really go wrong, but you might want to get the actual version of the hat, as it's the same price. And finally, at number 1, we have the nuts and bolts Bloke's Bucket Hat at 8 keys. Now, all of these hats on this list have actually been pretty nice looking, and the Bloke's Bucket Hat is definitely one of them. You can get this hat very, very cheap with other effects on it as well, but nuts and bolts is obviously the cheapest effect you can get on it. It's not a bad looking hat. I think there are some items for the sniper that will go well with it and would actually work quite well, but you're going to have to do some looking on the wiki to find that, or on backpack.tf or on Outpost or whatever. But yeah, I definitely recommend this. It's a really good unusual to break into the unusual market with, as it's so cheap. And that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. We've only got 2 more of these videos to make, and I'm going to be very, very happy when this series finishes, because I kind of like to only dedicate myself to one top 10 or top 5 series for each, like one of these list things at a time. You know, I'm very good at explaining what I'm doing, and I'm very good with words, as you can tell. But yeah, I only want to dedicate myself to one of these series at a time, so after this series ends, there's going to be a different one starting, I hope, if I can think of an idea, and there will also be random other top 5s coming out at the same time that won't be part of a big series. They'll just be like one-off things, or or ones that are in a series of about 2 or 3 videos, because that means it's not too much work for me to worry about and have to sort out and stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Leave a like if you did, comment what you thought of this video and what could be done better and stuff like that. And obviously, if you're new around here, please subscribe. I've got a lot of cool things coming, and you are going to be missing out if you don't. I like to think anyway. You might not be. I might be completely lying. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.